I see him. I see him. Okay.
I'm Austin was waking, but it's okay. I don't need one. It's fine. How are we doing? Everything's fine. Just trying to open up my.
Can we connect the Wi-Fi to the thing?
I don't have a Wi. I don't
No,
have.
I'm saying if I have a Wi-Fi, can it?
Oh, if you know it, yeah, that's fine.
It's okay. We don't need it. It's
Okay.
fine. Don't worry. We're fine. Just want to make sure.
So, yeah.
I just want to make sure the projection.
So plug it in. Sorry.
Uh,
You're gonna bring up your.
yeah, I want to bring it up. I don't want to just see the screen.
It's not going to the screen.
Oh.
It'll go. It'll go right there, but it won't go to the screen. So what are you playing?
We have slides. We're
Oh,
having
okay, like
slides.
a PowerPoint or
Yeah.
is it? You might need to extend the desktop,
It's
so
gonna-
it's in presenter view and stuff.
I get it.
Global hotspot is the Wi-Fi.
It's okay. I got it. It's fine. I'm fine. I'm to do panels all the time. It's okay. Don't worry.
But it,
All right. So,
well, we can.
just want to make just so whatever. It'll show that.
Okay. And are you sure you don't want the audio hooked up?
I'm sure.
Okay. Looks good. I'm going back there and we'll get it going.
Okay,
I'm sorry?
yeah, they just wanted them to like you, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. We have
I
a
think
look
that's
for
it.
that. We have a look for the panel. Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Oh, can you? I'm ready to project.
You all set then?
Yeah. Thank you. So it's a long line. And people want their raffles. I guess we're gonna keep the line going until it falls out because I think everyone should have a chance to get a De'Aaron Fox autographed comic book. So we'll just keep the line going while we're still doing the panel. Keep going, if as long as you can, Tiffany. Crystal. Give a round of clap for Crystal. She's doing a great job. Thanks, Crystal. Okay, so if you followed us on social media, we've announced that De'Aaron Fox won't be able to attend this panel because of some issues, but we are with De'Aaron's direct team, his agent and manager. They'll introduce themselves and go into detail, but what we've done is that De'Aaron has autographed his comic books that we produce and posters and prints, and we will distribute those content through a raffle towards the end of this panel. So let's just get started.
Yeah.
So this is welcome to our panel. This is eigoMANGA. We've published comics since 2000, and we're based in San Jose, California. It's 20 years. We're pretty happy about this. So this is our first year at this type of room. So thank you. And come to our booth at 1802 to obtain more content from the Swipa The Fox comic books or talk to the creative team. They'll be there throughout the duration of the event. And De'Aaron has a website where you can get more information about news with the comics by going to the URL address or scanning in the QRC code. And we have an eigoMANGA as a panel tomorrow. It's on Sunday. It's a manga tutorial for kids. So you can bring your kids to learn how to draw comics. This is our annual tutorial that we've done every year. And also Steam, we have all of our digital comics, our games, we're all about on Steam. So we have a 50% off sale during Comic-Con. So just search in eigoMANGA for all of our content there. And if we also have a discount for De'Aaron Fox and other comics on our other platform, Comic Distro. So just go to comicdistro.com to order the comics online. And let's just start with a little icebreaker here. So, you guys know Slam Dunk? Great, because we all know it's like one of the the successful manga for sports ever, and it influenced basketball here in Japan, and heavily influenced by the Chicago Bulls. So I'm gonna give out some autographed posters of De'Aaron Fox. If some people can answer some questions from Slam Dunk, okay? So get a chance. Question number 1. What position does Hanamichi play?
Uh-oh.
No.
Wait to get called on.
What? Let's be more specific. Powerful. All right. Come and get an autograph. Thanks, guys. Okay, let's have another question from Slam Dunk. Thanks for trying. That's all I can say. So, name any rival schools of the Shohoku High School. Any rival high schools that they played against throughout the series. Just name one. Let's see. What? I'm thinking of others, but okay. Well, anyone else name it? Come up and anyone else name another school? Yes.
Right over there, yeah.
Sorry. Okay, great.
Yeah.
Anyone else? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Good one. Excellent. Come on. We're gonna come in line to get a poster. And we're gonna have two more. Who else knows any other rival schools? What? Yes, absolutely. Good. One more. Anyone else know a name? A rival school? Yes, ma'am. You standing up. Yes. Good job. Everybody, excellent job. So yeah, this is a little icebreaker about one of the most successful sports animes out there. And hopefully we strive to be that someday for our comic. So let's talk with Family First, the agent of De'Aaron Fox and his manager. Guys, please introduce yourselves and how your relationship with De'Aaron.
Well, how you doing? My name is Chris Gaston. I'm De'Aaron Fox's agent.
My name is Emmanuel Latumbasoon, and I'm his manager.
So, go ahead.
Great.
Leverett, go ahead.
Yeah. So just tell us, just what is it like to be an agent and a manager? Just tell us the day-to-day life of working with De'Aaron, especially during season.
Wow. Well, no 2 days are the same. De'Aaron, he's an interesting guy. He's not your typical NBA player. As you can see, he's into anime. He's into video games. He listens to classical music. He has a wide variety and eclectic palette for different all walks of life.
Yeah, my transition was a little different. I was his high school coach. His high school basketball coach, actually, turned manager. So, yeah, so just being able to work with him on this side and his creative side, and not just things outside of basketball, has been very unique, and actually something that I'm learning with him as well, because it was always on the court stuff. So this is very new and very exciting for me as well.
Cool. So are there any funny stories that you can tell us about De'Aaron that we don't know?
They're probably endless.
Yeah, I mean,
I mean, if they had a question or something, it'd probably be easier
Yeah,
to tell a
it'd be a
story. But off the
Q&A
top of
would be
my
good.
head,
We will,
I couldn't think.
but-
Yeah.
All right, I guess you're a little gun shy right now. So, what I wanted to know is like, so you guys started family first, and you tried to get into comics before. So why are you at Comic-Con, and what piques your interest in being engaged in this universe, because you're very successful at what you do?
Well, we're always looking out for the betterment of the client. So as Emmanuel, Coach O said that, Darren, he showed a passion for this since we first met him. We met Darren when he was 13 years old. And so he was always a guy that was into comics, anime, video games. So as his career progressed, we wanted to progress and get better and learn in that field too. So, we wanted to make sure that we explore our opportunities for him in this space.
Yeah. What about you?
Yeah, and it just aligns with who he is. It's a genuine thing. It's not like he's seeking something that's outside of who he is as a person anyway. So it just aligns with who he is and what he's into. So it's just perfect that he has an opportunity to share himself through a comic book with fans like yourselves. So it's pretty cool.
Okay, so we're in the universe of superheroes, and I can think of athletes as a superhero in a way because the city's behind them, and they have to do extraordinary feats of strength and agility and athleticism, and they're admired by millions of people all over the world for generations. So, do you think sports athletes are superheroes in a way?
They're for sure superheroes. Yes, they make a lot of money, but the rigorous training, the toll they take on their body, they don't get to spend a lot of time with their families. Just the dedication and craft that they put in their game to reach the highest level of the sport is definitely something of a superhero status for sure.
Right. They're very impressionable. People look up to them. Our young kids do, and some adults too. You see how people are so crazy just about sports in general, and half of the time that's because they're following a player. They align with that player, whether it's with their skill or how they are off the court, but they're definitely superheroes to people, I believe.
I forgot to mention teachers, healthcare workers, police officers, first responders. They're also superheroes too, in my book.
Absolutely.
So, we talked about dabbling into comics before, but we know that Kobe had Dear Basketball, and Michael Jordan and LeBron James had Space Jam, and Shaq had Shaq Fu. So, what do you think? Do you think animation and dabbling into animation comics things adds to their legacies? Do you think it would add to someone like De'Aaron if he got into comics and animations? Would it help?
Right. Go ahead, Chris.
For sure, it adds to their legacy. Like I said, just always thinking outside of the box. There's not a lot of NBA players that have their own comic book. And so, De'Aaron, he does have a superhero strength. He's considered the fastest player in the NBA, so this is just definitely something that can continue to add on to his legacy and who he is.
Right, like you said, I think you just named all these athletes in a different space, and everybody knew who you were talking about. Right. They probably couldn't tell you who the last basketball team that player played for. So this just shows that you guys are looking at him in a different arena, in a different space, and whether he was playing basketball or not, you're still following him as a fan of De'Aaron Fox, and now the comic book character, not just the basketball player. So I think it's definitely a big thing.
Well, before I give the questions to the fans, because I'm sure they want to know more about De'Aaron from your perspective, but when I think of agents, I used to think of Jerry Maguire and guys in suits and corporate types, but it seems like you guys are breaking the mold of what an agent is, and you successfully helped De'Aaron get a Supermax contract. So what are your thoughts on not being the conventional, what people think our agents are?
Well, that's something I was very passionate about. There's not a lot of, I wanted to bring diversity to the agent business. There's not a lot of diversity, black and brown people in this space. So we just wanted to preach empowerment, and there's nothing wrong with doing business with people that that were your high school coach, or I was his trainer at the time, and we educated and learned and grew with him, and there's nothing wrong with empowering people that are around you. So that's something that was very, very important to me.
Cool. All right, so if you guys want to answer any questions, we'll take a few questions from family first. Just come up to the microphone and ask away.
What can we expect out of this comic for De'Aaron's character? Like, what kind of arc and what will he be facing as a superhero?
I'll leave it up to the creators. Yeah.
It's okay.
No, that's okay. So it's a science fiction story, which we all are aware that science fiction deals with technology advancement and other dimensional type worlds. So we play around with the fantasy of technology. So De'Aaron is going into a virtual world, and he has to actually fight his way to come back into the real world. So that's the main arc and challenge.
Okay, next question.
Hi, my name's John. I'm a lifelong Kings fan, and I love De'Aaron. And I just really want to know when he's going to bring back his Saiyan hair. This is so much.
Never know, man. Just be on the lookout. You never know. Never know. Never know.
Good question.
Yeah.
I think it's all waves now, y'all.
I just wanted to know, since you said you knew De'Aaron since he was 13, could you tell he was going to end up in the NBA, and how could you tell?
Well,
Answer that?
go ahead.
At 13 years old, I was invited to a basketball gym where Chris Gaston and Coach Emmanuel were coaching Chris in AAU, and the team was 17 and between 15 and 17-year-olds. De'Aaron Fox was 13 years old, and he was the best player out on that court.
Wow.
It was not even close. So we kind of knew he was going to be a pro when he was 13.
Wow.
And that's not normal. Yeah.
Hello. Other than Swipa the Fox, which anime character would you say best describe De'Aaron's style of play?
Oh, wow.
Well, we all know that De'Aaron loves Vegeta,
Yeah.
and he's just gonna take it to the grave. So, Vegeta, I'm sure he can say it better for himself.
All right.
I got a question for his agent. How many years is left on his contract, and does he like Southern California? I gotta shoot my shot for the Lakers. I gotta shoot my shot.
Hey, nothing wrong with shooting your shot, man.
Oh, wow.
Hey, but if I recall, y'all drafted Lonzo Ball #2 over Fox. Y'all had your chance.
That was a good one, yeah.
All right, any more questions? If not, then we're gonna go with our trivia, and I'll leave it to Andy. Andy, introduce yourself and tell us more about who you are.
Good evening, everybody. I just want to thank God for the opportunity to be with you guys and to be a part of an amazing team that put together this comic book and allowed us to be a part of De'Aaron Fox and his future and his media future. A little bit about myself. I'm born and raised in Houston, Texas. I'm of Nigerian descent, Igbo. Went to University of Tennessee, University of Houston, Texas. Pretty much been knowing Chris and Emmanuel most of my life, Small world, but we all played together, Went to school together, all the same age. So it's a thin line. We all very close. Tasha is best friends with my wife. She's a big part of this program. Austin and Tasha, who Austin is the owner and creator of eigoMANGA, who's been doing comics books since he's pretty much been working. We put it all together. We believed in it. We knew De'Aaron Fox had a passion for comic books and video games, and we knew that we had something with De'Aaron Fox in terms of comics, and anything in terms of media and whatever he wants to pursue in his future. What we can say is that De'Aaron Fox really is sad that he couldn't be here. He wanted to be a part of this. He snuck into Comic-Con 2 years ago. You guys know, if you guys are real hardcore fans, he's been a part of Comic-Con, so he loves this. And so this is what he's about. He definitely has some important situation that he had to attend to, but he's with you guys in spirit. I hope you guys were able to answer our questions so you guys can rent a comic book or any kind of memorabilia or poster. First question is, who is the first basketball player in the NBA to hold the nickname Superman?
Ooh, drum roll.
Y'all seen that hand? Come to the microphone.
Is it right here? The hand right here? Yeah. If you want to come up to the microphone.
Well, I'm not sure if it's
Oh,
the wrong
no.
answer. Just
Oh.
shout
What
it
did
out
you
loud.
say?
Just shout it out loud. Never mind.
Huh?
What is it?
Nope.
Not
Wrong? Huh? Shaq, we got this one.
Which one? Which one won?
Right here.
Okay.
Shaq.
Tell them they got a
Good
red.
job.
Ooh, girl, strong. Love it.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Question number 2. What was the first NBA team that played in San Diego? Wrong. Rockets.
What?
San Diego Rockets. 1967, they played here for 4 years before they moved to Houston. Yes. Last question. What was the first ball used to play basketball?
That's a good one.
What kind of ball?
What kind of ball? Correct. Soccer ball was the first ball used to play basketball before they came with the brown round ball.
I didn't even know that.
Thank you very much, guys. Hope you guys learned something.
Well, keep talking, Andy. So now we're going to talk about, Swipa the Fox, a comic book, and Andy, Natasha, they're the creative force behind it. So we heard from Andy. Natasha, please introduce yourself and how you worked on the project.
Yes, yes. Well, to echo what Andy said, we definitely want to thank and give our praises to God that we're in this room with you all. So thank you all for coming today. Give yourselves a round of applause. So I am Natasha Clark. I've worked with Austin throughout several years. We created other comic books and graphic novels together, such as Danity Kane, which you may be familiar with or may not. Oh, I heard some screams. Okay, thank you, thank you. So I joined forces with Andy, Austin, and the whole team here because, again, just to echo what everyone has said, De'Aaron is a major anime fan, and we knew that he would support the project, he would be all in. And it's fun, right? It's a fun project. We're dabbling in science fiction, futurism, right? Which is always fun to play with because you can be very creative and innovative with it. So that's my part and my role on it.
Okay, so let's talk about the comic itself. Can you talk about the story and how you put it together? And what do you hope to inspire from it? Also, what I'd like to know, I'll ask later, but just talk about the comic. Let us know.
Sure. So again, it's science fiction based. And as we're all aware, anime has so many subgenres to it, right? So many like storylines. And storylines are what connects you to the actual comic book, right? Because you want that connection. You want to see some part of your own experience in it. And so for this particular storyline, we're kind of focusing on our own fascination as human beings with predictability and anticipation, right? We all are trying to predict what's going to happen in the future. How do I predict the recession or the finances, right? We have this weird obsession with prediction and anticipation, having anticipatory skills for things. So the comic book kind of focuses on, and it kind of dabbles into that theme. De'Aaron gets caught into a virtual world, so he's looking at what his next will be after basketball, right? What's his next? Trying to predict how is he going to further his career after basketball is over, anticipate that. So he's partnering, in the comic book, the storyline focuses on him partnering with a technology intuitive company, and he's trying to build a future based upon that, which will be beyond basketball. So within that whole part of him building this partnership, he gets caught into the virtual world because he's building a virtual reality video game in his likeness. So he has to fight his way out of that world because there's also kind of glitches in that world that gets him caught into it. And the actual, what would we call it, Austin? His, oh, go ahead.
Nemesis.
His nemesis, right. His AI, the AI version of him actually switches places very wickedly, switches places with De'Aaron and goes into the real world and pretends he's De'Aaron, and De'Aaron is now stuck in the video game world. So his AI is out here pretending to be him. So he's, living with his family, interacting with his fiance. he's interacting with his agents, Chris, the Family First agency. And so, the people in his circle can tell that he's not the real De'Aaron, right? Who is this? You seem a little off, right? So it's his AI version of him. And so he basically has to battle with the video game to get out of it and actually bring the AI version, who is plotting on staying in the real world and keeping De'Aaron in the video game world. He has to battle him as well as, battle the video game world and try to help get people on the outside world, in the real world, to bring the AI back so he can switch back and go back to his real life. So we play around with this whole fantasy with technology, right? The AI movement that's going on. So we have this futuristic theme with it. So it's engaging, and we're playing around with many themes. So that's it in a nutshell.
Right, so Swipa the Fox is already out in stores, in comic book stores, and it'll be in mass market stores in October, so look out for it. My question I was asking is that neither of us are Japanese, so we just talked about Slam Dunk earlier. What makes your project different from the Slam Dunks and the Dear Boys and the various other successful Japanese sports mangas out there?
Well, I know Slam Dunk has a romantic element to it, right? It's more of a romantic dramedy in a sense, right? So for this one, again, ours is more futuristic, and we're playing on the theme of technology and the AI whole movement, because there's this fear of the AI movement, because are they going to come in? Are the robots going to come in and take our jobs, right? We have this societal kind of thing going on with AI right now. And so again, it goes back to that. We're always trying to predict the future. We're always trying to anticipate the worst, anticipate Murphy's Law, right? So what is the worst case scenarios that can happen? So again, ours is more futurism based, and which kind of makes it a little bit different than more of the romantic type based dramedies that I would say the storyline is for Slam Dunk.
So in closing, before I give it up for the fans to ask questions, Andy, do you have any aspirations or your vision for working on a comic and what you hope to accomplish?
Yes, what we really wanted to accomplish more so in going towards the superheroes standpoint, in terms of Swipa the Fox is a superhero, but if you think about it, his superhero abilities are natural. They're ingrained in him. He's the fastest person in the NBA by a long shot. That's superhero. he's a real life superhero. I didn't have to, me and Tasha and Austin didn't have to do anything to spice up his character in terms of athleticism and skills. He's already a mutant in that he jumps super fast. I mean, he runs super fast and he jumps super high. I mean, and he's wiry, strong. So he's a superhero. What we wanted to do with the comic was make the basketball realistic. We wanted to give you a feel of how a game really is. We wanted you to get you in-depth looks of some plays, see how plays are ran, see how teams come together, how they in timeouts, just get a real in-game perspective. That's what we wanted this comic book to show as well. So that's a little bit about what we tried. We wanted to give you guys some real basketball snippets and some real live futuristic and virtual, just put it all together, you know? So that's pretty much what we wanted to do.
Okay, so any fans have any questions, you can come on up. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Got like,
Ask away.
I guess it looks like some people are coming to the microphone.
Yes, yes.
Hi, so quick question. Do you have any plans to have any other NBA players within the comic? I haven't obviously seen the first one yet, but my question would be, who did he idolize the most? Either future, present, past, etc. Where did he get his inspiration from? And what players does he kind of take from as well that inspired him? And then do you plan to add any other characters within the comics?
for the comic book side, yes. But with the question you just asked, would it add an NBA players? I'm gonna let Coach O and Chris Gaston answer that because yes, we will. But they have more. They're the line to that.
Any spoilers, of course.
Yeah.
Favorite player, I think favorite player growing up was Kevin Garnett. So if you ever watched him play, Wire, he was
Anything is possible.
Yeah, he was a superhero himself. So
Yeah.
that's who he was inspired by growing up as a player.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I know that Darren's nickname comes from Swipa The Fox, Dora the Explorer. So as his agent, I'm super curious about any plans maybe in the comic book or outside of collaboration with Nickelodeon.
Stay tuned, man. Stay tuned.
Yeah.
Stay tuned.
Yeah.
Yes.
And the Swiper actually came from him stealing the basketball all the time when he was younger.
Yeah,
Swiper, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I'm just curious, what kind of feedback you receive from other NBA players, maybe other athletes, like are guys who aren't into comics starting to get into it because of this? Are guys trying to figure out how to get their own comics, or maybe he's even getting mocked? Like, what kind of feedback is he getting overall?
Well, he's gotten great feedback. There are a lot of players in the NBA that are into comics, like a Tyrese Maxey and those type of guys. But like I say, at Family First, working with Coach O and stuff, we pride ourselves on thinking ahead of the curve. So, obviously there's going to be a lot of people that are going to try to, jump on this wave as it grows and gets bigger. But, De'Aaron's, we're proudful that he's one of the first to do it.
Nice question. Great question.
Hi, I'm a big fan I'm a very big fan of the NBA, and I absolutely love the nicknames that we give players based on their superheroics and athleticism, like the Flash, the Truth. Are there any rival characters that you might be able to entice us with their particular nicknames?
That's a good one.
That's a very good question.
We're going to have to take a pause on that and think about it.
So I have a question for sorry, did you?
No, go ahead.
Go ahead.
So a question for the artists. When you were describing some of the plot points of the comic book, some parts made me think of Space Jam 2. So I was wondering, to what degree were you influenced by that, and what are some elements of the comic that kind of go in different directions than Space Jam 2?
Can I answer that?
Yeah, because we actually,
Yeah, I was part of the writing team. First of all, I did not want any references of Space Jam or Space Jam in the comics because I've seen the both movies and there's just too much cartoon basketball and it's nonsense. So we wanted total basketball play. It's basically, if you're thinking of the game, we want to put elements of NBA 2K, the 2K series in the game, into the comic and everything. But the influence that I resourced for this to work on it was Reboots, the old 1990s computer animation series. I love that series, and I love just the whole universe and the computer terms that they're using. I'm babbling. Also, I referenced Tron 2, more like a Tron Legacy, and I also referenced, well, they're influenced actually. I didn't steal anything.
Yeah.
So there's the Tron Legacy, Ready Player One, somewhat with the VR elements. But I definitely liked Captain and the Game Master, the 1990s animation where there's a kid who goes into a video game and he has to form a team with various Nintendo characters and save Videoland. So that was my favorite cartoon growing up. So I wanted to bring that adventure element into it, but as far as De'Aaron going to a video game. So that's that.
Hope that answers your question.
Yeah.
That's a great game. That's a great show. So a bunch of you have worked with De'Aaron when he was really young. So you've kind of seen him do all of the things that a kid wants to do, all of the most exciting things, be a professional athlete, get involved with comic books. What kind of things would you say to kids who want to get into sports and love comics, and what direction should they be looking?
Man, I would say just put in the work, man. De'Aaron was obviously, supernaturally talented, but he put in the work on top of it. So, I mean, you gotta love it. You almost gotta be obsessed with it if you want to reach the peak of your profession in anything you're doing. So that's the number one thing I say is put in the work.
Yes.
Awesome. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
The question is, what was it like working with De'Aaron Fox, and also coaching him?
How was it like?
Yeah.
He makes us look good.
Yeah.
It was easy. Like I said, I can't say I've coached a lot of 5-star players, but we've had some kids we've worked with that are very talented. He was probably the easiest as far as fitting in, because he did everything we asked. He didn't act like a superstar. Like, come to practice late, do those kind of things. It was very easy to work with. And the fact that he was kind of into other things that I don't think a normal athlete was into. I wouldn't say that 90% of my basketball players were into comics or video games like he is. So he was just a little different all the time, which was always good, and it worked well for coaching him and managing him now. It's just pretty easy. Well, I wouldn't say easy, but it's
I was going to say it was challenging because you knew he was one of the better players in the country, and our number one goal was not to mess it up.
Right.
So it was challenging. He pushed us. He made us better.
Right.
He made us great.
All right, thank you.
Thanks.
So this lady is the last person to answer questions. She will be, but you guys will definitely. No. She will be the last person, but you guys can answer questions as well. Keep going, but she. Before we move on to our next thing, the final three will can ask questions. So keep going, sir.
Were there any teams that De'Aaron was hoping to get drafted by before getting drafted to the Sacramento Kings?
Like a wish list.
He actually wanted to go to Sacramento
I was about to
Kings.
say that.
He actually wanted to go to the Kings. That was the team he wanted to go to.
He actually did. Yeah. 'Cause you got a Golden State Warriors hat on, don't you?
Got him.
Sir, first of all, can you explain to Andy who you cosplayed as, because he was confused of what you were. So who do you cosplay as?
The King of the Pirates.
Okay. Nice.
Sure. Okay, so my question is, with your story, what kind of influence are you hoping to have on the young people of the basketball community, and also the older generation, the old heads, when you look at like how manga affects us all, or anime, or all these things? What kind of influence are you hoping to have on that community?
You want to take that one?
Great question.
That's a great
Yeah.
question. Who was that question for?
For anybody?
Whoever.
Okay, go ahead.
I want to pick your brain.
Okay.
No, that's a great question. I would say just for me, ultimately, I think just having that influence of helping them understand that we have to be adaptable, right? Change is constant to life, right? It's unavoidable. So we see within the story structure, the storyline, and the plot is that he has to adapt to his new change. He's been forced into this, well, not forced, he went into the virtual reality world, but he got stuck in it, which was by force. And so he has to adapt, he has to grieve the change, right? We all have to go through our grieving process when we go through change, especially when it's change that it's impactful or hurtful to us, right? So you have to go through that grieving process, and then you accept it, and then you adapt, and you be flexible with change. So just kind of showing that, promoting that theme, especially to the youth, helping them to understand that it's okay if you're going through many processes and stuff in life, but you be adaptable, and you'll get through as long as you stay the course, right? And you stay focused on what you're trying to do, your end goal. So that's, I think, the main message. And then, of course, we want representation. We want to show that there are many people who love manga and anime, and it may not come in a stereotypical form or a generalized form, but we all have a love for it, and we're here to honor it by our own, pluralistic type voices, right? Our own, we're bringing our own individual personalities to it. So I think that would be the other overall arching aspect and theme. I hope that answered your question.
No, that was excellent.
Okay, thank you.
Good question, good question.
Thank you.
What was it like creating a comic that incorporates the technicality that comes with playing the sport of basketball?
That's you. He was the technical expert. The basketball side of it, yeah.
What was it like creating it? It was pretty easy in terms of, especially with you working with a strong team who has experience in comics. All I had to do was add on the expertise that I already know. So I didn't recreate the wheel, just everything that I was taught and everything I learned in basketball, I put it in the comic.
Right. So thank you everyone who asked questions. I have a little surprise. You guys will get an autographed poster for those who answer questions while supplies last. So any last words from anybody? Chris, Emmanuel, Natasha, Andy, any final thoughts?
I just want to say thank you. Like, these guys said, this is really cool, right? This is outside of my box and my element and something new to me, and to share this with you guys, and such a great city as well. The weather here is beautiful. And yeah.
There you go.
Where we're from, it's really hot right now. You couldn't just walk around like this.
It's hot.
No,
everywhere.
but it's cool to do something outside of basketball that's, just showing that you guys love it just as much as basketball fans around the world like basketball. Y'all love this. For us to be able to intertwine the sports and the comic world together, it's just really cool. So thank you guys for allowing us to, share De'Aaron with you guys as well. It's very awesome.
Yes, thank you guys.
Yeah, and I just want to say, man, apologies once again. De'Aaron couldn't make it. He really wanted to be here, but like I said, we'll definitely be here next year, stronger in effect. And we just thank you guys for showing up. This was a really amazing experience.
Yeah.
Okay, the time has come for raffle time.
Yes.
So
You have
what
the
we will
box.
do is we have autographed copies of De'Aaron. He autographed a number of copies of Swipa the Fox. So you get an autographed copy of the comic book, and there's an autograph of Prince, and also an autographed poster while we have left. So are those raffle tickets too? Great.
Yeah, these are all the raffles.
So
These as well?
Mhm.
there's more.
Wow. Okay.
So
Chris. Chris, come up here.
Okay. Do you wanna, or you want me to call out the raffle?
Yeah,
Okay. Okay. What do you want to do?
There's more.
Okay.
Here we go.
All right. I'll call out some raffles.
So while she's setting it up, when you have your winning ticket, just come to the front and we'll hand it over to you. We don't want this to, you guys are a great audience, but we don't want to cause any chaos or havoc. So let's just be orderly, please. Thanks.
These are the ones. Yeah. All right. We need some music playing, right? Some drum roll. Like, anybody want to start singing? Create some some excitement. Right? We have people yarning here in the front. Some excitement going on. Anybody want to chant some Sacramento Kings theme songs while we get the raffle going?
Okay.
Woo.
The last 4 digits.
Oh, okay. You want it? Okay. Okay, here. Okay. All right. So our first one is last 4 digits will be 3612. So if you have a ticket and you came to our booth earlier, look just at the end of the ticket. Just the last 4 digits are what we'll call out. So it's 3612. Oh, okay, nice. Come on up and get your signed, autographed copy of the Swipa the Fox. And this is signed by De'Aaron himself. He signed it a couple of days ago.
Got you one, man. Good
Woo!
They do from sack time, yeah.
Congratulations. Very nice. All right. Okay. Okay, next we have,
Don't forget your poster as well.
in your poster. Yeah.
Yeah.
And you're a diehard fan, aren't you? All right, that's what we want. We want a diehard fan. Okay.
Thanks, sir.
All right. Okay, our next numbers are 3603. 3603. Oh.
But she said
Nobody?
the number after.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay. Moving along, moving along. Okay, we have 3602.
What's the chances of that happening?
Yes. Come on up. We love the diehard fans. That's right.
Yeah, poster.
Yes. Congratulations. Signed autograph by De'Aaron himself. Thank you so much. Very nice. All right. Next numbers are 3685. 3685. All right. Okay, so we need y'all to come on up here and do this. Okay, I'm just joking. All right, next numbers. 3680. 3680.
Come on up.
Nobody?
No, just come
Keep
on.
going.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yay.
Come on down.
All right. Get your autograph signed copy by De'Aaron himself.
No, I ain't even capping.
All right. Next we have
Like,
3572.
you got the microphone present.
3572. Is that you? Oh, I was like, what? Not here? All right, next. You snooze, you lose. I'm just kidding. Just kidding. Just kidding. Okay. All right, next. Here we go. 3605. 3605. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Oh, no. Okay. Moving right along. 3667. What?
Come on down.
Look at you. Come on here, get your autograph. Signed copy by De'Aaron Fox. Swipa the Fox. Yes. All right. Thank you, Crystal. You're amazing. Okay. Next, 3617.
Good job.
3617. Oh, he's like, okay, hurry up and get it through. All right, I'm going as fast as I can, I promise. Okay. 3574. 3574? No? Okay. Next, snooze you lose. All right. 3535. 3535? All right.
Next.
Next. 3604.
Come on down.
Oh, and you asked some great questions. Woo!
Got
All right. Signed copy. There you go.
Oh, she got it.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Congratulations.
Perfect. Thank you.
Yeah.
All right. 3614. Woo! All right. Come on, y'all. Make some noise. We We are congratulators in this room. We congratulate. That's right. Thank you. Come on down. Okay. Next, 3648. Woo! All right. Congratulate him, everybody, please. There we go. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yes. Okay. Okay, 3690.
Oh, he's got it. Great job.
36, all right.
Come on down.
Woo. Very nice. Very nice. Do we have any more? Are we ending? Oh. Austin, are we still?
We have
3 more?
3 more.
Okay. Woo.
Well, 2 more.
Getting competitive in
2
here.
more after this one.
2 more.
2 more? Okay, I'm starting to sweat because it's getting pressure. All right. 3613.
3613.
3613.
You won again?
Oh, you won? Oh, you
Come on down.
Oh, wow. Okay. Look at you two. Look at the universe. Okay. We have one more?
We got one more.
One more.
Woo.
Good job.
Feel the pressure. Okay. All right. Here we go. Everybody ready? Everybody take a collective deep breath. Okay. Okay. 3606.
Wish we had one for everybody.
Next? Okay. I'm sorry. Hey, don't shoot the messenger. I'm just trying to do my job. No, I'm
Yes.
joking. Okay, 3629. No one? 3629? Next? Okay. 3628.
No, she got.
Oh, okay.
No, she got it. No.
Who, somebody has
Is that
it?
her? No, not her.
Okay.
False alarm.
Also, you need your glasses.
Who's
I'm
doing this?
joking. You don't need them. Just kidding. Okay, 3696. 3696.
It would be the last one.
No. Ooh, it is getting real hot up in
Pressure.
here. Pressure. 356. Oh, wait, who is that? Wait a minute. Okay. Who are you? 3696? Oh, look at you.
Right.
That's it? That's it, yeah.
Here you
Grab
go.
your.
Your book as well.
Yeah.
So those who who asked questions, please raise your hands. Okay, so come line up and get your posters, please.
No.
It's all good.
We didn't say that. We didn't hear
Rock with LA.
Okay, no. Very. Oh, I know. Somebody chase him out the room. I'm joking. Okay.
Well, we have some time, and we have a few more posters left. Any additional questions? Get a poster.
Additional?
Okay, come on up. Form a line and form up.
7 posters left.
7 posters for 7 questions.
Yeah. Let's see if I can ask somebody a question.
Yeah. What's this? What's the name of his high school?
I guess this.
I got a question for somebody to win one real quick.
Trivia question.
Trivia question.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Does anybody know the name of the high school that De'Aaron attended in Houston, Texas?
Ooh, diehard fans. Anybody's a real fan.
This is for dinner with De'Aaron. I'll teach you.
Oh, I did
I'll
not
teach you.
say that. It's false advertising.
I'll tease. Yeah, I'll tease you. Nobody knows, huh?
That's fake news. I'm just
Who said that?
Google.
I don't know who
Google
said
is free.
Google.
is free.
Come on up. Whoever said Cypress Lakes, come on up.
woo.
Googly boogly.
All right, go ahead.
Okay.
Very nice.
So you said you had a lot of stories about Darren.
Right.
So since he's not here to defend himself, can
Uh-oh.
you tell us the most
Lord.
embarrassing, maybe most nerdy moment or thing he's done that, he'd be embarrassed for people to know?
Oh, I am not here anymore. Okay.
I'm not at liberty
You're
to
not
say.
gonna bury me on the.
Yeah, I'm not at liberty to say.
Yeah, I know we still work
plead
with
the
them,
fifth.
right?
Yeah.
Are you trying to get us fired?
Something maybe embarrassing to other people, but as Comic-Con people, we'd be proud of him.
Ooh.
Has he done any kind of like breaking the controller type stuff?
I mean,
Like 5 comic books in one day.
Right.
yeah, I mean,
Say
Nothing out of the ordinary. Like I
Right,
say.
no,
Yeah,
that I would say.
yeah.
I guess you guys are keeping your jobs.
Right.
What was De'Aaron's favorite team growing up or favorite player growing up?
A player, I think earlier we said it was Kevin Garnett.
And Westbrook, too.
Okay, and Russell Westbrook.
Okay.
Influence office, yeah.
Yep.
Team, he's never really just talked about having a team. You just kind of follow players most of the time when you're a basketball fan. You follow players unless you're a Lakers fan.
Awesome. Thank you.
Thank you. we get
Which
the
one of
poster?
y'all can beat him in 2K?
Oh, that's a challenge.
Oh, I don't have a chance.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. He's
the fly.
I think I could.
You think you could beat him?
What's your
Might
game?
have to log in.
What's your gamer tag?
You're right.
Dorito in vain.
What is it?
Dorito in vain. I'm on Xbox.
He's on 2K all the time, so you never know you log on. If you see Swipa the Fox, that's really him.
Right.
That's really him.
Look.
Oh. Take your time.
If Durant goes back in time, who would he team up with in the comics?
Ooh.
That's a good one.
Great question. I'm gonna leave it for the.
We're talking about De'Aaron, right? If he went back in time?
Yeah.
Come on, everybody knows 1, 2, 3, Vegeta.
Vegeta.
We all know he loves Vegeta, so he's definitely going to be tagging with him back in time.
Great question.
Great question.
Great job.
How many left, guys?
You're welcome, man.
How many are left?
There's one left.
We got one left, you guys.
One left.
Last but not least.
What's your guys' favorite football team?
Oh.
Houston Oilers.
Oh, you took it back. Yes.
Well, we're from Houston, so unfortunately, the Texans.
It's not unfortunate.
That's why I said the Oilers.
I know.
Who watches football anyways?
Who watches football?
Right?
I wanted to ask, who was his favorite teammate he's ever played with?
That's a tough one.
Yeah, that's a tough one. Because you could say college teammate,
Yeah, high school,
NBA, high school.
NBA,
That's
yeah.
tough.
NBA. Who's his favorite NBA teammate?
I'm not gonna get
That's
into
a
that one.
De'Aaron
Yeah, I'm not
Fox
gonna get into
question,
that one. Yeah. I don't make upset anybody. man.
Right.
I don't want to upset anybody.
Feelings hurt.
Does he have a Twitch channel?
Oh.
Yes, he does. Swipa the Fox. Yes, sir.
Twitch,
Is that the only platform he streams on?
I'm sorry?
Is that the only platform he streams on? Does he stream to anywhere else? Or just Twitch?
Just Twitch. Yes, sir.
What's going on? This question is for the coach and the agent. I just wanted to know your immediate reaction to De'Aaron Fox absolutely destroying Lonzo Ball in the Sweet 16. That was for the Lakers fan in here too.
Hey, this is kind of funny because we actually talked about this the other day in the gym when we were training, and I said that's probably the best game that I've ever been to live watching him play in his young career. Is either that one or the North Carolina game. You know, one of those games where you get really excited, you're like, yeah, and you feel like you want to faint, like you get dizzy.
Oh.
I've had a lot of those moments during that game. It was an awesome game.
I can give y'all a little insight to that game. Y'all might or might not be familiar with a player named Markel Fultz, who's the #1 pick in that draft. And him and Lonzo Ball played in the same conference in the Pac-12. He played for Washington. Lonzo played for UCLA. So, of course, it was a battle back and forth. De'Aaron never got a chance to play against any of the top guards in that year's draft. And, of course, Lonzo's dad was talking a lot of mess, blah, blah, blah. And so before the game, Markel called De'Aaron, was like, man, can you tear this dude up? I'm tired of hearing him talk. And De'Aaron said, I got you, man. And the rest is history.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I like that story.
Is there any kids in the show?
Any kids in the comic book?
Yeah.
Not in this one.
Not in the issue 0, but we do show De'Aaron's family, which he has children, a child.
Thank you.
Good question.
Okay, final question.
Okay. What is De'Aaron's reaction when Shaq and Charles Barkley calls Sacramento Queens?
Oh.
That's a great question.
Real.
He laughs just like the rest of us. man.
Right.
It's funny. It's a joke. It's funny. Right. It's funny.
Okay, thank you everybody for this excellent panel. I want to thank Chris, Emmanuel, Andy, and Natasha for coming out. Really want to thank Family First to taking the time and the effort to be in this world, and because they're in a whole other universe with NBA and supermax contracts and athletes, but to come to us is pretty cool.
All right.
No, thank you,
very
man.
much.
Thank you.
Thank
guys.
you.
So let's try this next year. Let's see what happens next year.
Yeah.
Awesome. Bring it.
Awesome.
Until next
All right.
year.
Thank you everybody much. Thank you very much.
You all.
Ladies and gentlemen, I have an announcement. Can everyone look around their seat? We are looking for a missing bag. A young gentleman has misplaced it, and he's very distraught about it. It's a white Bondi bag. Can everyone look around their seats? If you find it, if you could bring it up to one of us staffers wearing gray shirts, light or dark gray. We want to try to make his con. If you happen to find a white bag, says Bondi on it, please let us know. Thank you so much.